Hi guys, welcome back to the BMW Guide channel, and today we're going to be discussing the parts that are going to fail sort of post 100,000 miles on these BMWs. So as you may have seen in my last video, this car hit 100,000 miles, so I'm now going to be I've been doing a bit of research, seeing what's going to come up, because it's going to be inevitable. So yeah, if you've got a car that's coming up to 100,000 miles or is over 100,000 miles, you may have experienced some of these already, or you may be watching this video because you're bracing yourself for what's to come. But yeah, we're going to get stuck in straight away and just address the issues that are already on this car. So first of which is the ABS fault that I literally explained 2 videos ago. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go take a look, because it will help you out. And essentially that is because the drive shafts begin to corrode. Now this comes up anywhere between sort of 70,000 miles. I've seen cars with it up to a car with 160,000 miles start it. So that's nothing to bear in mind. That's essentially just a new drive shaft, if you want to nip it in the bud and get it sorted. If you're looking for something a bit more temporary, then you can do cheaper fixes, but I would recommend doing the entire drive shaft, and I'm going to have a video coming up with that, showing you how to do that. Next thing is going to be stuff like clutches. Now that's not going to be cheap. They're dual mass flywheels on these things, but they really will last anywhere between 100,000, well 90,000 up to 150,000. They're not a disposal item, but they're something that will need to be replaced at some point during the car's life. So obviously it will depend on the life that it's had. If you've done a lot of reversing up hills, driving up hills, cold hill starts and all that sort of stuff, obviously your clutch is going to wear quicker, as well as if you drive it like an absolute nutter. If it's mainly motorway driving, your clutch should last for ages. So it's really just down to each individual car as to what's going to happen. Moving on to the I've lost my train of thought now. Moving on, we're going to look at the shocks. So again, shocks are something that will go on these cars. I've had the fronts done on here about 85,000 miles, and that was actually quite early for the shocks to go. This is mainly down to the fact that when I bought the car, it had stretched front tyres. So instead of being the 40 profile that they were much less. So that was meant that I had to have 2 front shocks replaced sort of prematurely, as to any respect. Rears tend to last between 90 to 150,000 miles. Again, it's all about how the car's been used, but that's another thing that you want to bear in mind, because they will need to be replaced. Some people have said that my rear shocks might have gone. This isn't the case. Immediately I was panicking, obviously, because it wasn't in the plan, but what I've worked out is that the reason one side sits lower than the other side is the handbrake. So clearly the handbrake sticks much better on the right hand side than it does the left hand side, so that'll be worth looking at later on, but it's nothing to do with the shock absorbers themselves. So it's sitting how it should do at the moment. If I just up there, you can see it's got a decent amount of gap. It's slightly less on the one side because of the handbrake. So yeah. Okay, moving on now into more of the engine compartment and what stuff we're going to be looking at for the engine. And the first of that is going to be sort of the fuel pump and things like that. Fuel pumps, you're going to be looking at, they're gonna pack up anywhere after 100,000 miles. Again, it's a lottery really. Depends on what quality of fuel you're doing. If you want to make your fuel pump last a bit longer, I definitely recommend changing your fuel filter, and I've got a video of that coming up as well. Super cheap part. It's only about 35 quid and quite a simple job to do yourself if you're sort of an amateur like I am. So yeah, I'll be taking you through that step by step. So that's something to bear in mind. Again, other stuff, alternators and all stuff like that, these are all things that will start to go wrong eventually. Unfortunately, there is no parts on this car that will last forever, apart from perhaps the bodywork and stuff like that. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what issues you guys have had sort of past that 100,000 mile thing. If I've missed anything glaringly obvious, please let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video, and take it easy. Cheers.